I think at some point he hollers back or whistles back at them. Nindor, you can see this play out also this way.
All right. I am wary, but not looking to start a fight. So if my friends are not in danger, just continue to watch and be ready to step in.
Cool. Yeah, he reconnects with his camp. You see Farron and Daphne rejoin you, and all is well at the southern camp.
Yeah. So give him the rundown that we convinced Gorlank. At some point, I would have asked, like, what's with this whole Gorlank slash what would you say, Grond the dwarf?
Grond? Yeah.
What's up?
No, yeah, no, we can go back to that. And he says, well, Grond's my name. That's my real name. We use Gorlank when we're hiring folks. It's Marin's idea. And so
gotcha.
That's
so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Never struck you as shady, huh?
Yeah, he said there are a lot of folks that'll, excuse me, come through town and they know Gorlank, and that's the name they're looking for.
Fair enough.
And that's how we hire people.
Yeah, so we'll catch Nindor up on, like, Grond is gonna take care of his people, and I mean they're gonna sit it out, and it's up to us to deal with Gorlank and his apparently very capable bodyguard.
So what's the plan?
I mean, how late is it? Do we just like? Are we ready to just go now, or?
This is our last session, so maybe we pretend that time passes, but maybe we make this happen. Yeah.
I think we give them enough time to get their
out.
Stuff in order, and then are we just direct marching
Rolling
into camp, or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess ideally it'd be nice to be able to like set up an ambush, but I don't feel like we've set that up in any way that we'd be able to like lure them away from camp or anything. I mean, luckily they're gonna hopefully be very overconfident until they realize none of the workers are gonna be fighting on their side. But I don't imagine that we can like easily. Well, I mean, I guess because we can just. I mean, we could just all sneak into camp and catch them by surprise. It's not like the workers, hopefully at that point, if any of them spot us, they're not going to raise an alarm because they've been warned.
Right, they've been
warned on it. I mean, Daphne might want to like sneak around and go further up on the mound and kind of cover from above the camp.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to just marching right into it.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah. Also, with her ability with the bow, that's a great spot.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Let's see. As far as I mean, for ambushing an enemy, everybody has to pass a stealth roll.
Right. Everyone has yes.
I don't think Daphne's ever rolled stealth.
Or if we roll enough successes to cover all of us, because we can give additional successes away. Worst case is we just don't get the bonus for a surprise attack. I think maybe that's how we set up the surprise attack. Is we get Daphne in position.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of elevated, which is kind of at the back of the camp, and
right.
Even if Marin thinks something's going on and didn't fully believe Gorlank's hunting story,
yes,
they're not expecting an attack from that direction. So like maybe that's what the stealth check to do an ambush is about, is to, you know, attack from behind basically, where they wouldn't be expecting it at all.
I like it.
Sounds good to me.
Sweet. So
Do it.
stealth checks all around. It's fine by me. I'm good at that. Let's see. If I remember correctly, you can't really use hope in battle, so may as well use it now.
No, that's true. But I think there are special conditions for using battle.
It does mention that for setting up an ambush, battle is potentially an option, like especially if you're like going up against a bigger foe. But I feel like stealth kind of makes the most sense here for me.
Right.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, I have 2 successes, so if somebody doesn't generate one,
I can help you.
I can give you success to make it happen.
Do you feel that Swift might be applicable here? If so, I'll spend a hope and give myself a couple of d6s.
I mean, probably, because we're trying to kind of get around behind them before anybody realizes what's happening.
Wow.
Oof, that's a lot of low numbers, man.
Give me that success, please.
What does that look like? Because it looks like Nindor must have went left when he was supposed to go right.
I think I found every dry twig.
Oof. Oh man, yeah, that's a rough one.
That is terrible.
Well, I mean, at this point, we need Daphne to make a success, because if she doesn't, then we don't have enough.
Right,
So,
right.
so I can spend a hope to add a die to my own, yes?
Yes, and then if you have, I don't know if any of your distinctive features would be helpful here.
No, not so much.
Yeah, probably not. Well, you know, see
If
how.
anything, they work against her.
I mean, like I said, the worst case is we just have a normal battle without a surprise attack. So,
All right, let's see. Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it.
that's fine. We tried.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we tried. Yeah.
The dice did not agree with our plan.
I feel like we'd probably still be able to get that opening volley before close combat is joined, though, right? Probably.
I think so, because you're initiating this, right? So even
From
though
behind.
you didn't get the ambush, right? Maybe you can dictate when the engagement happens, right?
Yeah.
It's not in close. You've got.
And I think technically, like in the color of the roll, I would probably have like given my success to Daphne, because her getting into position is more important.
Gotcha.
Mechanically, I don't know that it matters that much, since we all didn't get it anyway, but I think that's how I would use that extra success to help Daphne get into position more so than Nindor.
No, that makes sense. I'm good with
She's
that.
our-
Is our intent here to just come in guns blazing, or are we attempting a conversation first?
Oh, I think we're just like, this guy's bad news. I think like we told Grand, like, there's no talking this guy down. I fully believe that, and we know he's corrupted by Shadow.
Right.
I guess the one thing we don't know that we'll have to be careful about is the lieutenant. Like, she could just be a sellsword, in which case, you know, we don't necessarily want to we don't want to murder her, probably.
Right. Okay. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page going into this.
About the murder?
Who are we really going for here?
Because if we can take out Gorlink, then, you know.
I think we go to Marin, right?
Or, sorry, Marin.
Marin, yeah.
I still get him confused in my head.
That's good. That means I'm doing my job. All right, let me bring. Ooh, we don't want those guys. Yeah, we don't want those guys. Get rid of this guy and this guy. And then we can move these guys around.
Oh, okay. So I can.
And
Okay.
so you come in and around. So you're closer to Marin's tent, is my
Yeah.
assumption, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daphne's in position for her bow.
Yeah.
You want to, and I think you can get volleys off.
Sweet. I'm
Um,
not great with the bow, but hey, maybe I'll get lucky. Anything's.
but that's both sides because we didn't get the ambush, right?
Right. Yeah. Both sides can have opening volleys.
And then we're in the close quarter rounds after that.
Okay.
All right. So I think it's it's well after supper, so it's dark. But in the camp, they've got torches. They've got
Fire pits
going. Right?
Sure.
So it's not pitch black, right? My assumption is you're waiting to have good eyes, or at least location of where Marin is and where the axe wielding woman is.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the rub, right? That maybe that's why the ambush isn't
Quite as successful.
Yeah, I think maybe you have an idea where they are. They're on the other side of their two tents, right? Out in the open. They're not in the tent. But you don't have a clear ambush spot, right? You've got to come around or through, right? The tents. The tents are kind of in the way when you commit.
Gotcha.
You guys get volleys first, and then I will follow up from who all's on Marin's side.
Oh. now I'm worried that the Gron wasn't able to convince everybody.
Moment of truth.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to decide if I actually want to fire my bow or if I just want to advance. Because if I have my shield out, I'm more protected. And I'm not very good with a bow anyway. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be advancing behind my shield so that if anybody does open fire, I'm ready for it.
Gotcha. So I think it's on Daphne then.
All right. So is Marin visible from my vantage point?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Is he a creature with a might of 2 or more?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Interesting.
Wait, let me make sure. No.
It also might help if, like, why you're asking, I guess. Oh,
Yeah. No, he does not. He does not have a. Yeah, no.
Okay.
He's not might 2 or more.
Okay. So my Dragon Slayer does not apply.
Oh,
okay. A
but it
little
should.
disappointed.
It is a little sad.
Man, they'll never apply. It never applied. Not once ever. So sad.
So I am just taking. Oh, I got a clear dice. I am just taking my shot.
Yes.
And I got a Gandalf to kick us off. Bam! Dead. Game over. Let's go.
If only.
Nice. That is nice. Man, I hope he doesn't fall out this first round. That would stink.
It'd be hilarious.
Depends on who you're asking.
Would it?
That would. That would stink, man. That would stink.
After the build-up.
Yeah. So what's the damage?
Damage is 3.
Does the
Because the Gandalf makes it auto succeed, right?
It does, but I'm also curious. First edition had some kind of like crit
for crits.
thing
Yeah.
and wounds or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I forget how that works.
I will look it up.
I don't remember.
Right.
I don't know what triggers.
Yeah, I think that the Gandalf would trigger the piercing blows or would trigger a wound.
Oh, yeah, it says a piercing blow on a 10 or a Gandalf result. Then you must immediately roll a feat die plus a number of success dice equal to the protection value of your armor worn. And if it fails, then you receive a wound.
No! It's happening! It's happening right now! It's happening!
Daphne's just one shot kill, 360 no scope.
Wow. Way to go, Daphne.
Just dust off my hands and walk away.
I mean, maybe he's got magic protection, but hopefully we surprise him enough that he doesn't.
Yeah, no, he doesn't, right? No, he doesn't.
No, there's still a chance that there's still like a roll to see how severe the wound is.
Yeah. Well, so the bad news there is if he takes a wound, it's done, right?
Oh. So he's not even special enough to be able to take wounds. It's just it for him. Okay.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff, but he can't take a wound.
Well,
and I'll be mad that we didn't get to the cool stuff.
I mean, we still have to deal with the axe lady if she's not happy after this.
No, that's true. So let me roll my feat die. Here it is. No d6 because he has no armor on.
So you basically need an 11.
Yes.
Or no, wait, yeah, you need an 11, yeah.
So for 10 sessions, I love this game. I hate this game now. I'm done. Right?
Now,
So
I feel like
it's done.
I feel like now you know how Rich felt for like the first 5 or 6 sessions with so many failures he just kept rolling.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Scales are finally coming into balance.
Yes. So again, if he takes a wound, that's it. He's done. Right? It's over. I don't want to steal any thunder from Daphne, so let's have Daphne tell us what we see. How does that go down?
Oh man. Okay, so are Nendor and Farron walking into camp like simultaneous with this initial volley?
Like I don't know if Nindor was going to plan to get a volley off, but like I'm definitely.
I was not following. No, I was closing with spear.
Yeah, so I'm kind of imagining us sort of like coming in from. My hands are doing that. Yeah, there we go. From like opposite sides.
Moving together. It's like some heavy drum beat, background music. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Daphne's like.
There's like that moment where like me and Nindor like we see each other like 30, 40 feet apart as we're closing in, doing some hand signals, and we're getting ready to turn the corner on this tent, and then thump.
Yeah, I think it's a like direct, like kind of right in the throat, so he can't even make a sound. He just drops, and it's like this anticlimactic, silent.
It's awesome. Just
done. We're just done. And then the ghost of the dragon passes over the moon.
I was going to suggest if you wanted to make it really cinematic, like maybe you could just barely see Marin's head over the tent. So you had to shoot through the tent.
Ooh.
And then there's that cool camera angle where it's looking back through the holes.
Yes.
Nice.
And when it gets up, we see Daphne with her hood and her eyeliner. And she puts her bow down. She's like, Dark Daphne.
Dark Daphne. Nice.
So, okay. I'm curious how X Lady responds now.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I
I think there is that moment of like Nindor and Farron kind of coming around the tents, and
right,
then just this very kind of semi-quiet like thunk, and then
right. I think Marin's down. He's out. You tell me if he's dead or not, Daphne.
Oh, he did.
Okay, because I was gonna say he's out of the fight. It's just a matter if you want him dying, dead, or but he's out. He's out of this fight. The axe woman, I think her axe is on her back as always, and I think at the start we see her right about to reach for it, right, and then when Marin drops and goes down, and she makes eye contact with Farron and Nindor.
I imagine just me just shaking my head.
Right. I think she thinks
I wouldn't
about it,
do it.
right? Right. I think she's thinking about it, right? And then Grand starts talking, right?
Ooh, yeah, perfect.
Right. And I think that neutralizes everything, right? That takes her out of the fight. He starts talking sense, starting with, hey, look, he owes you money. He owes us money. We can figure out what he's got. We'll pay you first, right? And then you can go on your way. And
I was also going to ask, like, before he even speaks up, because, like, I don't know necessarily this level of Middle Earth lore, but, like, as corrupted as Marin was by the shadow, like, does anything special happen when he dies? Is there, like, some kind of weird, like, does anything happen? Or is he just a corpse?
Yeah, I think he's just a dead corpse, right? Because that's what he started. Well, so I think in the rules, I like what they did, but we don't see it in the novels, right? We don't see a whole lot of sorcery by men, right?
Sure.
So they made it mechanically possible. There are no spells, but you can mechanically do things, right? Meta talking, it is good that you guys put him down first, right? Had he got a volley off, you would be making shadow tests, all three of you right now, right? And then it just gets worse until he runs out of hate, right? And he has 5 points of hate. So.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I before the game, because I thought it was going to come down to a fight. I was skimming the combat rules to see what changed. The number one thing they changed that surprised me was in first edition and in the alpha edition, you could use awe to intimidate in battle and remove hate points. It doesn't do that anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, it does something. It doesn't stun them. It makes them. It makes them weary, which is going to make their die rolls suck, but it doesn't take away their hate anymore. And I'm like, ooh, that's
wow.
Yeah, because hate is nasty. Anyway,
it is nasty. Yeah, it is nasty. This first round, this first volley, you could end up, if you fail that shadow test, you can end up unconscious.
Ooh.
So it is nasty, but I figured this is a good way to go out, right? I didn't anticipate it falling out this way. I was hoping I was going to get somebody, not everybody, but somebody. So I think, he's just a corpse on the ground. Gran starts fast talking, right? I think that keeps Verena, that's the axe woman, that kind of keeps her neutral. And I think she might even say, well, as long as my fee gets paid, then we won't have any trouble.
I mean, I imagine one way or another we can figure that out.
Yeah.
Like, it could even be a matter of me just being like,
here you go. Here's my pipe.
Party time.
Marin's tent.
Oh yeah, I imagine we're tossing that thing.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say. I figure that's next.
Look for plans and maps and.
Yeah, he's got, like I said, he's got.
Sword.
So there's his normal sword. That second sword's not there.
Oh.
The map of, a map of a Barrel Mound is there. Looking at it, you can see what his puzzlement was. He's trying to figure out which of the front-facing ones this map one belongs to, right? And I'm not sure they figured that out yet, right? But it's up there. He's got other items and assorted stuff worth 3 treasure in there.
That sounds like one treasure apiece. Unless we need that. Like if that's the only like valuables he has, then I say we give it to
Yeah, we got paid.
to Grand and let everybody
Yeah.
get paid
Paid
for
to
no
Ron
work.
and let people
Like,
get paid.
Gotcha.
yeah, I agree.
Gotcha. Yeah, because whatever she's getting paid, it's not one treasure; it's some fraction of that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think they can work that out. That's for them to split up. And
Gotcha. Yeah, that's not how I saw that going down, man.
me neither. I was like, I'd been dreading like how tough the fight was going to be, and then when there's all of a sudden this like axe wielding like Amazon woman, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be tough. You just got to get
that's
that.
not. I figured there'd be an exchange. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, that Gandalf was badass. That was the right place, the right time. Yes.
Awesome.
That was perfect.
I figured he could take some endurance hits and he'd be fine, right? Everyone would be fine, and then he would use his hate, and that would make things dicey. Yeah, I don't know where it goes from that. But yeah, he can't take a wound, right? And he didn't have any armor.
Well, that was his mistake.
So I used him straight from the book.
Daphne triumphs.
Yes. So that was a fantastic shot, Daphne.
It's making good on that barding take down the dragon with the one well-placed arrow concept.
Right. That's right.
Nice. That is right. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got robbed, man. I can't tell you how much I got robbed.
You did.
I'm going to monologue here for a little bit. At some point, right, to make it harder, because it's our last game, I was going to let him surrender, right? Hey, okay, you got me, right? And then, right, do you kill him? Right?
Then we have that quandary. Ooh.
Yes, what do you do, right? You know how bad he is, right? That was my plan, right? This was a great last game. I'm glad it came down this way, though. So that was fantastic. Let's do some epilogues. Yeah. I figure that Grand with the 3 treasure, it's not enough, but it's not worth digging through the barrows. So I think they take that, they make it go how they can amongst themselves. Those folks are loyal and they trust Grand, and they spend maybe the next day packing up the wagon. Yeah. Maybe there's some hunting, some light level mining, or whatever they can figure out to make the trip.
Well, and hey, like their wages were based on them doing days and days of hard labor.
Right.
They're getting paid for a 5 or 6 day round trip journey into the woods.
Right, and back. Yeah.
Still a pretty good payday.
So, what do you see, you folks, if we're epiloguing down the road, or what's next?
So you said we didn't find his second sword. It wasn't on him. It wasn't in his tent.
It wasn't in his tent. It wasn't on him.
I mean, I guess in the moment I would have asked Verena or Grand about it if they had seen him.
Yeah. So Grand says the whole time he was in Bree, right? He was never separated from that second sword, and when he came back into Bree, presumably from being up north, is when he had it. He didn't have it before then.
Interesting.
I'm bringing up my map because I need to reference a place. So she says at some point she caught up with Marin coming back from Tharbad, which is further south. And he didn't have the sword on him then.
So he got it up north somewhere. But no idea where it is now.
Right. So she assumes he did something in Tharbad with it.
Gotcha. Okay, good information to know. I think for Farron, at least, my thoughts would be, we go back to Rivendell and debrief with Círdan, laying all everything we learned, and probably giving him that map, because if whatever he was after is probably worth recovering. So, if we were going to come back and play this, that might be our next mission, right?
Right. I agree. Nindor, Daphne?
Nindor is eager to continue the work. So he, of course, is happy to return to Rivendell. And perhaps we see him starting to learn a few of the songs of the... what was the Hobbit group? The Scobbits?
The Scobbits.
Yeah. It's like reworking some of the Scobbit songs.
Nice.
I think in a little, like, I don't know, a little cut scene at the end, I suppose, we have Daphne just like watching from around some corner sneakily. Daphne sneakily, as Nendor returns his horse to Arena in Bree that he borrowed, and just sort of, making lovey-dovey eyes at them as this exchange happens again. Just hope for the future.
Nice.
Daphne's full on
back.
composing
Yes.
slash
Nice.
fic.
I think the credits roll, and then we have the ending credit scene that we've grown accustomed to over the years.
Uh-oh.
Right? And we see two orcs that we've seen before riding wolves, and they're riding them hard out of Bree across Weathertop, and they're headed east. They're not taking the east road, right? They're riding through the wilderness, but they're riding hard. And then at some point, when they hit the troll shaws, one of them pulls out a horn, right? And blows that horn. As they're still riding, there's a little bit of time, and then you can hear a return sound, a callback, another horn, right? They're coming to Rivendell.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. So if we ever get together again and play this game, those are the two orcs that made it out of that fight in Rivendell, in Bree.
Oh, the ones we tracked down that then we sent the wardens
Yes.
after. Nice.
Yes. All right. And that's the One Ring, folks. That's 11 sessions of the One Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
glad you all stuck around for all 11 sessions. I think we pitched, like I said, I think it was about 5 or 6. So
Yeah, I think that was the original idea.
Yeah, so I'm super happy we made it this far out. Any big holiday plans for you folks?
Oh, well, starting early because it's this weekend, but
Yes.
Mad Day, you're participating before you scoot on out to other places. But this weekend is Star Wars Saturday Special Edition, and I was looking at my calendar. It is bananas. I'm running a game tomorrow afternoon. Then I'm playing in 2 games on Saturday and kind of co-facilitating another game in the middle of those. There's another game on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. It's just like all Star Wars all the time. It's
All the time.
so good.
Nice. We're going out of town for a few days after Christmas. My partner's making all the plans, so I barely know what's happening because I was like, let's just get out of town. All I know is we're going to Excelsior Springs, Missouri. I don't know if you know where that's at, Jay.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and we got like a little like Airbnb and just enjoy a small town.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a nice rural area out there to just kick back and relax.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the only big plans we have coming up.
Nice. What about you, Heidi?
Well, so for Thanksgiving, this year we played some games with the family, and one of them was a without a recipe competition. So everybody made cookies without a recipe. And there were not as many disasters as I anticipated. So that may make a reappearance at Christmas with a different baked good of some kind. So it's very fun.
Nice. Yeah, like Rich said, I'll be running Star Wars this weekend. I'm using Mothership. We're doing something I called Smoking Yig. If you've ever seen the movie Smoking Aces, that's what I'm doing. We've got a bunch of bounty hunters, vigilantes converging on one town to get one target. And that movie is hilarious because what you end up with is a bunch of different crews wiping out each other, right? As you get the backstory. And so we'll be playing that using Mothership. And the week after that, I'm going to PAX. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And then I'll be back here for the holidays. So that's it for me. I don't know what we're playing. So yeah, we are off for the holiday. This was our last episode for the year. We'll be back in some form or fashion at the top of the year. Rich Rogers will be running something for us. I don't know what it is yet. So
It'll be
join
something
us
Star Wars,
What? No.
but
No
not,
way.
but not a Star Wars officially licensed RPG.
So come on back and see us in January. Have a happy holiday to all you actual play fans out there, and we'll see you in 2020.